When we were activated, we knew the situation was bad, worse than anyone knew. We are an elite, highly skilled group of embedded agents. They only call us when everything else has failed. We have no rules. We have no limits. Our job is to protect what remains. We are
The Division.
The Division is out now, and we now have the chance to check whether it remains faithful to the laws of physics. Now there's a very specific reason why we decided to make a video like this. If you remember, Watch Dogs was a complete mockery of physics. Being an open world game, there's a certain level of expectation as to how environments and objects will react to the player's input. Although complete adherence to physics is an unrealistic expectation, games like Grand Theft Auto have shown us how close games can get to real-world physics simulation. Does the Division improve on Watch Dogs? Well, the answer is a confusing one because when the Snowdrop engine decides to do stuff correctly, the results are quite good. But when it doesn't, the results could range from downright hilarious to awful. Before we proceed, we'd like to point out that the footage you're seeing here has been captured from the PC version at Ultra and 1080p settings, and boy does the game look amazing. We'll get to the good part in a bit, but let us begin with the bad and the ugly. With the Division, you can shoot a vehicle's tire and make it go flat. Really nice touch, right? But for some odd reason, that's not always the case. Let's take a look. point where the player shoots it. The visual aesthetics are jaw-dropping at times, whether it be the use of global illumination as light dynamically bounces in a tunnel, or as you hustle and bustle through a gloriously lit street. It all comes together thanks to enhanced motion blur and screen space reflections. There's no doubt that The Division looks its best during night,